take a few breaths up and wake up this body. We're going to breathe in through your nose if you can. Exhale through your nose too. And take one more. One. Gorgeous. And then let your hands go to your thighs and just wake up your back a little bit and your breathing. So we're taking a flexion and an extension and flexion and extension and then one more. And then we're going to go all the way up to vertical and we're going to grab a band. So grab a medium or so band. Take it behind your back in a near the scapula. Grab the extra tubing so that it doesn't dangle if you have a longer tube. And we're going to take a press out. We're also going to do a couple things. We're going to up the heels. We're going to press out. And you see I'm making adjustments. It's all you do with this is you make a tighter grip. Grab more band if you need to, so that when you push, you feel like your elbows can straighten, but it's not easy. You've got some tension. Now, when you go up in your heels, every single toe has equal weight. You're keeping your ankles neutral. Now, same legs, and just push the arms forward to the front and exhale. You're tall. This is a great chance to practice your postural muscles, keeping you upright. 4, and exhale. 5, and up. 6, and 7, 8, long elbows, 9, and then 10. Gorgeous. Now we're going to step on the band, take some bicep curls, step with 1 or 2 feet, depending on how your band feels. You want to feel like there's going to be 20 repetitions in your body. Exhale, you're tall. 3, but if it's too hard right now, make sure you have 2 feet or 1 foot. You can modify by taking out a foot, giving yourself more slack. So you can change in the middle of the weight set if you need. All right, we have 10 more. Notice your crown is tall, your shoulders are open. Wrists should feel healthy. The dynabands are easier to hold in the neutral grip usually. The elastic tubings are easier to hold in the supinated. Try 5 more. 4, good. 3, 2, shoulders are down the back. 1 more. Very good. Step out. Now we're going to take that band overhead and we're going to take, I'm going to change mine just a little bit harder. So a medium to heavy band, go out. Now I'm going to pull the arms down first to the chest. If you would like to join me with the lower half, you'll sit into a second position squat. Horse squat is sometimes what it's called, or goddess pose. The heels are heavier than the toes. You could lift the toes at any moment. Neck is easy. And breath in through the nose. Breath out through the nose. And we're just heading to the right here to the chest. So the band only goes to the chest and up, but at the same time, the band's going wide. 10, good. You're monitoring your range of motion. So if you're feeling more warmed up, you may be able to drop your glutes lower. 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, 2. Now hold here if you would like. Hold with your legs and do a little pulse. 10, 2, 3, you're looking good. 4, 5, still breathing. 7, 8, 9, come back up. Really good. Grab a sip if you have your drink handy. And we'll stand on that band. So if you have your right heel down, your right hand has the band. We'll do same side. Go out like a letter T. Notice the body's tall. We're trying to keep that body tall and not lean. That would be the compensation. Now we're going to fight the gravity or the band pulling back and try to slow it on the way down. So it's feeling a little hard, which is fine, but if it's feeling too hard, you just give yourself a tiny bit of slack. And we're doing 5 more. Neck is easy. Strong shoulders. Good. 2 more. Now the other side, let's take the other heel, let's take the other hand. And the first 1 or 2, you're kind of figuring out, where do I need this band? So I can go to about shoulder height. Wrist feels good. Good, you're looking good. Strong shoulder. A little bit of ab tone right here. So you're working on your posture muscles, your head's pulled back, you're in line with the shoulder. We have 5 more. 5, 4, 3, notice your posture looks good. 2, 1. Now we're going to take it to the front raise. Change your heel, change your hand. Shoulders, stand, go forward, go forward. Now your neck is long. Your body's square. This muscle should be working, and sometimes if you're not sure you touch it, it should be getting more of your attention with that proprioception, or your abs might be your proprioceptive cue. Good, that looks wonderful. You're tall, so you're practicing stability with the body core and strength with the moving arm. 19, 20. Try the other heel, try the other foot. Looking good. Try the other heel, try the other foot, and you're forward. Now, you may have to change. There you go. Alter the band to make it feel like you're getting a workout, but it's doable. Shoulder. Deltoid, knees are soft. So every now and then, if you're a hyperextender, just kind of check your knees. You might bend them a little bit. Should be 5, neck is soft. Sometimes I'll do this with my neck to make sure there's no tension there, and that could be a cue you do. Get ready, and let's grab a sip before we take this next stretch. So grab a sip, we'll do a stretch. And this is gonna be up. In fact, let me show. So up, forward, up, back, up, forward. This is dynamic flexibility, one of the favorite exercises for the dynaband. Now let's find one of those places. We're going to do a few. So 5, like you walk through a door and your hands got stuck on the door jamb, and this is a stretch you can do in a doorway. It's called a 3-way doorway stretch, but we've adapted it for our dynaband. Lower the hand, big breath. The breath is always going to help the stretch. Lower your bands a little bit. There's no wrong angle, but you just want to make sure it feels like a good stretch. Nothing should hurt. Get ready, inhale. Let that go, and we want to give our arms just a little bit of blood flow because we're going to be putting them up for a moment. So you've got a full tank, blood flow in your arms. Take your band at your back of your head. Take your hand at your lumbar spine. Now, hang on to the one arm that's low, push the other arm up. Good. So we started with full arm circulation because we're going to be pushing that arm up for 20. Good reps. Triceps, such an important muscle group. If you fall, usually this is the muscle that needs to catch you, needs to be strong to catch us. Or you'll fall, one could fall on a hip, and if there's any weakness there in the bones, that's when people break a hip. So we want these triceps super strong. They also get you out of low chairs. Now we are going to switch it up so the hand that's low becomes the hand that's high. The hand that was high becomes the hand that's low. Push up and adjust if you need to. You want it to feel like your back of your arm has some challenge. And that was 5, so we're doing 15 more. And try to straighten your elbow for each rep. And if it gets too hard to straighten your elbow, then you might need to give yourself more slack to be able to do that. 10 more. Good. Tall spine. Good chance to practice your posture. Then your posture muscles, easier recognize what's a good form throughout your day. and 2, and 1. Okay, so my triceps are burning. Let that down for a little bit and we'll do a Qigong move. 5, knocking on the door with like 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now we're gonna also do one stretch I love anytime. Always a good chance, always a good opportunity. This is a posture stretch. So when we strengthen the muscles, we're also lengthening them. So we don't get bound tight. We are still flexible and strong, a great combination. And then try the other one. It's a powerful combination, strong and flexible. Here we go. A little, you notice how I'm adding a little rotation. So listen to your body, but that will get all the different fibers on your sides, your intercostals, your shoulder, and your QL, your back. Stretch even through the fingers. Breath goes to that side. And then let it go. Interlace your fingers at the lumbar spine and just lift. 5. This is an easy stretch you can do anytime. You're doing so good. Inhale. And then we're going to take a sip, but we're going to meet on the floor. I'm going to encourage you to go down to the floor without using your hands. So one method would be that the right foot slightly forward, left knee back, and then your foot goes to the floor and you sit down without using your hands. Great job. Grab a sip and then grab a heavy band. Around your heel arch. And if you only had time for one exercise with the bands, this would be one of the ones I would recommend because it's your back and it's so important. Now it's also your biceps and your deltoid. That a girl. Good, Betty, that looked good. And exhale. So you are tall in your seated position. If you feel like you're rounding and you just can't sit up, usually the hamstring tightness is the issue. So you'll just grab a prop underneath your tush and you'll sit up on it. Otherwise, try 10 more. Good. Rowing. Good, you're doing great. We're going to do 5 more. This is a great practice for the posture muscles as well. You're getting strong in the back muscles that help you up and that are pulling the band. Now we'll do a rotation here. So pull your right arm and turn, and pull your left arm and turn. And you can exhale as you turn. Try to match your range of motion. So pay attention and notice, is it easier to rotate on one side than the other? And see if you can consciously match the rotation on the tighter side. Try 4 more. 4, 3, elbow low, 2, yep, elbow low, and 1. I'm going to take a different band. So this one's pretty heavy, so I'm going to change to more of a medium band. If you have the different bands, do that. If you don't, just change your grip. Now cross the rope like an X, put your elbows beside you. You've got equal lengths on your band as you do external rotation. That's it. Good, Jean. Good. Posture looks great. Michelle, wonderful. And then, Jean, just keep your elbows glued. And let me turn to you. Keep your elbows glued so they don't come off. And it may just be my camera view. That looks good though. Elbows glued, just the forearm opens. These don't look like much. These are small movements, but the posterior deltoid, the infraspinatus, and the teres minor, they don't get this kind of attention during the day. They're generally rounded forward, our shoulders are. So we are strengthening those important muscles. Now, take 2 more and then we're gonna uncross this. So that was to uncross the band. And take your hands beside you and you're gonna pull. I am leading with the pinky a little bit, which is a slight external rotation. If you have that ability with your band or your handle set up, do it. If not, just pull. But if the pinky can lead the way, it looks like you are good. You're tall, so you might imagine your crown is growing taller towards the sky. Good. That's a great way to modify poly. Good. I like it. You want to feel like your belly pulls in a little bit on this Exhale, 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, 2, 1. Now let go of the band. We are going to do an ab exercise, so it's core, it's body weight. So forearm plank. Plank a day keeps the weakness away, so bring in the planks. Now, if you care to add on to this, add an isometric pull. So act like you're pulling your elbows to your feet and your feet to your elbows, and it'll make this about 10% harder. Hold for 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, 2. Now lower your hips and you're in a Sphinx, or if you can add on, go to Cobra. This is a posture. There is this exercise that's strength and stretch. It's critical to keep the spine upright. Now I'm going to add on back extension. So this exercise is body weight. Let your hands be near your temples. Lift up your back, up 10 times. Make sure your neck is happy. It should be that you're looking towards the floor, but that it's retracted so the ears is in line with the shoulder. 5 more back extensions, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, 1 more. Now, a child's pose, just to get all that, and actually pull your toes under if you can. Toe flexibility, foot flexibility is really important for balance. And then when you're ready, you're going to stand up, but try not to use your hands. So you could take your right foot forward, then your left, and then bring it together. Grab a sip, that was great. Grab a sip and then meet me with some weights that you can do a bicep curl with and an overhead press. So you may take something like 5 to 7 pounds, and you're gonna go bicep and up, and then lower. So, yes, Polly, that's what I was gonna say. If you need to modify for that shoulder, do one arm or do part of the exercise. Very brilliant. And so we're always in a mindset of looking for what we can do and not on what we can't do. So I love it. You're doing great. Now, when your arms are overhead, you could probably feel that your low back might think about compensating by getting more arched. But what we'll do is put our abs on, pull the ribs down slightly so that when your arms are overhead here in class or in life, then the abs are used to supporting you. Right here. Yeah, so your low back didn't get more lordotic. All right, try 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Nice. Now, can you keep your weight, open up a little bit, and take a suitcase squat? So pretend you have a suitcase in your hand, and then, yeah, keep your gaze up just a little bit, Betty. Yeah, so your glutes drop lower than your chest. So your glutes are lower. That's nice. Very nice. 2, 1. All right, so we're gonna let those down for just a moment, and I'm gonna have us do a one-legged balance because that's a glute medius strengthener. So if you can put your foot up high on your inner thigh, do. But if you need to keep it low, do. Now we're gonna sneak in a stretch called cow face. 1 elbow's high, 1 hand's below, coming up from the bottom. If you can, clasp 4 of your fingers. One-legged balance is critical to prevent falls. So notice that your hips are level, your ribs are level. Now get ready, hands to heart. Lower that foot. Great, now other foot, you're gonna try to bring it to your to your inner thigh. And then when you feel good with that, 4 fingers. So we're strengthening our glute medius, which is important to prevent falls. Breathe in. Now without putting your foot down, see if you can move your hands, that's dynamic balance, and then lower your foot. Excellent. Grab your weights that will let you do this. So it's probably going to be between 3 and 8 pounds, so somewhere in there. And now you'll know you're going to go out wide to the letter T, and then you're going to go forward. So we're going to do this for a little bit, and then we'll switch it up. Good girl, that's it. So it's a T, and then the arms in front. Now only 2 more, and then we're going to change it just a little bit, but keep the weight. Now the change is do this the same, then do right arm, left arm, and then out. And then left arm, right arm, and out. And then right arm, left arm, out. And then left arm, so the retaining memory is good for neuroplasty. And then out. So you have to remember, which arm did I do first last time? And I'm going to switch that. So this is better than a crossword puzzle because you're doing it with exercise. So your brain's getting more blood flow. And you think, which arm did I do it with? And you remember, because you're getting stronger and smarter every day. One more set. You did it. Now, just for funsies, lift up the heels, calves, 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 calves. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower those hand weights. Good job. Now, I want to throw in a body weight exercise that is push-ups. If you have a wall and you want to do modified, you'll do push-ups on the wall. If you would like to do them on the floor, you can still do them modified on the knees, either like a square or on your knees further away or your toes, but try 10 to 15 of what you can do. So this is a calisthenic. Body weight exercises are good to know. Then if you're traveling, you've got something you can do. If you can find a wall, and then recover. So you can take a child's pose or a finger interlaced position. And then meet me on the floor, and we're gonna do another, grab a sip, we're gonna do another calisthenic called tricep dips. And you're sitting with your hands behind you, fingers towards you. Good. Now the backup plan would be with your dynaband, you do this exercise if you can't do this, but try it. Now bend your elbows and straighten. Bend and straighten and lift your hips. Bend. Good. This is a calisthenic. That a girl. Love it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Very proud of you. Good job. Now we're going to take a hand forward stretch. Pull your fingers down. Good job, Polly. You figured it out. And elbow long, even longer elbow. And then try the other. And terrific. All right, now we're going to grab our hand weights and do a chest press. So we're going to be lying down and pushing our arms up. The weight's going to be heavier. So I'd say closer 5 to 12 pounds, 5 to 10 pounds each hand. And go down, feet on the mat. Exhale, push up. If your neck feels uncomfortable here, then grab a pillow or double up your mat so that your neck is comfortable. Your ribs should also feel comfortably on the mat, and that's why we have our feet on the mat. You can exhale as you push up, and if this weren't working out or you didn't have a strong enough weight, push-ups would be a good modification or a good alternate exercise. Now, last one, and let's take right ankle to left thigh as a stretch. I know it's not really arms, but that's okay. Everybody could use a hip stretch every day. So we'll do it. A hip stretch after we do that pec exercise. And then try the other one, ankle to thigh, reach your hands through, clasp your fingers, and then I like to add a little rock. And that's good for the sacrum. There's little receptors there that help us relax our back. All right, guys, we're gonna go down and do the feet on the floor position again. Grab your weights, and you're gonna open up so you're hugging a tree, and then you're touching the weights together over your sternum. And your exhale can be when your weights come together. All right, we're doing 10 more, and you're doing great, Michelle. I see you can open your arms a little wider. It's like a big circle, but your hand weights do not touch the floor until they're done. I had a friend who thought you were supposed to touch your hand weights to the floor, and she hyperextended her elbows painfully. So you want to keep a roundness here. Your hand weights do not touch the floor till we're done. 3 on this one. 2. Now on the 1, let those hand weights down, and I'm going to give you a challenge to come up with your abs that looks like a teaser. So stretch your arms and legs, and if you would like a challenge, come up and hold teaser. Strong abs. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5. Come up. 3, 2. There you go. And 1. That was good, guys. You just gave yourself a little rock forward and you made it. I was like, I know they can get there. Okay, turn. That was good. Yes, I love it. And then open up your arms. This is such a good stretch for posture preservation. 5, 4, 3, 2. Now go up and over. And this is a very efficient, very quick workout. And it's sometimes good because you get to focus really clearly for 30 minutes and then go on the other side. But you get a lot done. The body's been taken care of in a good way. So you start your morning off well. You start with a strong mind, strong spirit, full breath. So we'll take a moment to notice that radiance that's in your body, how full your cup is, how body feels good when it's taken care of, when the mind has positive, clear thoughts in the morning, and may that transcend the rest of your day with so much appreciation. Thank you guys so much. You did good. Everybody